Welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. Today we are going to make two cards at the same time. In the Dahlia Dies bundle with the Detailed Dahlia Dies is this die right here, and this is what it makes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a mask and place it over top of just a plain basic white card base. And I cut this out of a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of basic white. So I'm just going to place it over top like this, and then I'm going to use my blending brushes and blend all over top of it. So then when I take this away, I'll have blended color with the white outline. And I'll also have this piece, which will be all colored, that I can stick down onto this. And this one I have put adhesive backing on so I can actually stick it straight down onto the card. I've used the stamp Sending You Lots of Love from the Dahlia Dies set, and I've cut it out using the Beautiful Shapes dies, the smaller hexagon. So let's go ahead and get started. This is going to take just a little bit of time because I'm going to need to blend everything so you can see it. I'm going to start, I think, with the Mango Melody. And I want to kind of keep this in place, so I'm just going to hold it down. Again, I'm going to make sure my brush is inked up well, and I'm just going to take it off to the side and just come in a few spots. Kind of off to the edge. The dahlias I'm actually going to make Flirty Flamingo and Melon Mambo. So I'm just going to come in like this. Just around the edges with this, and on some of the smaller flowers. And just like that. Okay, so I'm going to I'm not closing my ink pad. Oh, I'm going to close it anyway. Now my piece has moved just a little bit, so I'm going to need to make sure that I've actually got it lined back up before I start again. So I'm just going to wiggle it so that I know that it's lined up again. Okay, so I'm going to come in with my Granny Apple Green. See, this one is really juicy, so I'm definitely going to need to make sure that I am, oops, kind of taking some of the ink off before I come down onto the paper. And what you saw me do there where it lifted up, you can avoid that by just working away, as opposed to rubbing it back and forth. That was my mistake. So I'm just going to add just a little bit of color there. Now that I've kind of got the outsides done, if I want to, I can come in with my good old-fashioned sticky notes, and I can make sure that I'm lined up, and I can just pop a sticky note on each side really carefully because I don't want anything to tear when I lift it back up again, but that'll help hold it in place. And what you can see, I've got Dahlia, 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 Dahlia. So this is my Flirty Flamingo, which is also quite juicy. So I'm just going to come in from the middle and work my way out so that the center of the flower is the darkest, like that. And I'm going to do this one up here. And again, when I'm putting the ink down, I'm kind of just rubbing the brush. I'm not like rubbing it like this. I'm just kind of wiggling it around just so I've got good coverage. Okay, I'm going to close this one up now. And I'm going to come in with my Melon Mambo, and I can see some spots that I'm going to come back in onto. So I'm just going to, again, start in the middle, wiggle this around, like that. And now this one, let's come in and wiggle it around. Make sure I've got good coverage. Okay, I'm going to close that up. I'm coming back in, I think, with some more Mango Melody. I need some more Mango Melody in here. So I'm going to come in again and just give that a good. And also coming to the outside, because when I take this away, I want there to be some color down on the outside. And I've got some flowers over here that I can come in and I can color as well. So that's pretty good. I think I might need just a little bit more of the Flirty Flamingo up here on this one here. Just work a little bit more color into there. And there we go. Okay, so now for the big reveal, I'm going to peel these off this way so that I don't tear anything. Now let's lift this off. Isn't that pretty? That is absolutely fabulous. I love it. And you can see where I've come in, again, blended a little bit harder in the middle and then a little bit lighter on the outside. So then we can take our second card base. Oh, I've got ink on my thumb, so I'm just going to grab a wipe and get rid of that. The joy of blending. Okay, so I'm just going to grab another card base. I have a whole stash of card bases already made. So I'm going to grab my bone folder and I'm just going to run it down like that. There we go. And what I can do now is I peel off the backing from this like that very carefully so I don't tear anything. And I did put this in pieces, so it's going to come off in pieces. It wasn't one full strip, so that just means I need to find my edges and lift away again. Okay, that's a longer piece there. And let's just come in and find our edge here. So there we go. There's an edge. Just need to be really careful again as we lift that we don't actually tear anything. There we go. And you can feel it, it's sticky, so you know where you've lifted the backing and where you haven't. Okay, and I still need to lift backing over here. You can, if you're not quite sure where the edge is, you can always come out to an outside piece. I try not to do it on the, there we go, on the really small pieces because I don't want them to tear. So there, that whole thing is lifted now, and I can center this down. I think I like it this way on the other card. And because it's all got the adhesive on it, it goes like that. So now we have two cards, and I can pop some dimensionals on the back of this, like this, and pop that down there like that. And I can do the same with this one. I just need to find a spot for it. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to pop it right down here. So there we go. We have two cards made with the Delicate Dahlias, or Detailed Dahlias die that I turned into a mask with adhesive on the back. So I now have two cards made from one effort. So thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.